Hello, I am Tomato, and this entry is gonna be me yumming out again, but I'm proud and I'm not ashamed. I am so in love with my wife, Arlecchino. Before I start off though, just to get all the negative emotions out of my system, just because it's been a rough few weeks, I did break no contact this morning on accident. Oops! Because for the past week, every single day, he has been in my dreams. Whether it's a nap or actual sleep, he will be in there. And every time, we will get together. And then I wake up and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And I don't know why it's happening. It's just, like, really weird. Like, I know, like, it's just, like, manifestation. It's in my dreams. It's what I think about all day. But, like, I would go to bed without having him in my head. Like, I'll be, like, thinking about something else, and he'll still show up, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I really hope this doesn't keep on happening. I hope tonight I don't dream about him. Because I really think I'm doing well and getting over it, but it's just like, dude, please, leave me alone in my mind, please. It's like I'm a prisoner in my own head. And I don't like that. Like, I don't even know what to do because, like, what am I supposed to fucking do? Like, I can't control my dreams. Like, that's something I can never really control is what I think about when I sleep. Anyways, but I really am getting more into yumming again. Being a yumejo is the best thing that's ever happened to me, low-key. And I love arlecchino so much. I think I'm just going to just talk about this fanfiction that I feel like is so fucking good, it should just be canon. And I'm not saying this lightly because I read a lot of fanfiction. But, you know, usually I just be like, oh yeah, this is good and I like it. But this one, I've been following this since like August. And this is like a really good one. It's like so fucking good. I think the author should just like be signed to a publisher and write her own stories, like, because this is actually amazing, and I will go into depth about what it is actually, because I don't think any of you guys will read it, but if you ever are interested in her character Arlecchino, you should read it. I think it's called Swan From Ashes on AO3. It is so good. Basically, it's like a Arlecchino X reader kind of thing. And you are like a noblewoman, you're a daughter to like a really high-ranked noble family in Snezhnaya. And, you know, you go through those things where casually you find out that you're not actually the heir to everything that you own. And you're going to get replaced and married off to someone else, so then you kind of just run away. But also you're acquainted with Arlecchino, Harbinger, and another Harbinger, Pantalone. If you play Genshin, you'll know who that is. But, you know, shady business, but you're, like, really smart with trade, in the trade world and stuff like that. You know how to navigate yourself. So, it's not like you're completely dependent on Arlie, but you gain more depending on her. Like, the story and that's what makes it so good. But, ultimately, like, you run away and stuff, and you go and be with her and you live life and stuff. And I don't, like, have every single detail memorized, but I really enjoy the little details the author puts into the work, though, because, like, this isn't stuff you just see in everyday, like, novels. It reminds me of, like, whenever I read fucking, like, Russian literature, and they would go off on little tangents, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, in White Knights, Dostoevsky, he just goes off about how he's friends with buildings, and sorry, blank, and, like, Anna Karenina, like, fucking, I forgot his name, so Levin or Kevin, I forgot, Levin, he just, like, starts talking about, like, agriculture and farming, like, really in detail, that's all that happened, and that's what this fanfic gives me the same vibe, like, I know the author is Slavic, so it makes sense why they would be so good at what they do, like, fuck, if it's written by a European person, prepare to have your world rocked. Like, they just have the most knowledge on the littlest things inside the story. Like, when I started reading, they would describe the room, like literally the furniture and how it paints the mood, and like they would go into depth on the weather, and they would paint the scenery with words, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I've never, in my, honestly, I'm not even joking, 10 years of experience of being a Lemon reader, Wattpad reader, everything, bro. This is the best. This is the best fanfiction I ever read because it's actual literature. I tell you, the amount of world building this person puts into this fanfiction is insane. Like, the most recent chapters they uploaded the other day, they were like talking about stare etiquette. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, we go to this grand like banquet, and you're supposed to like reunite and talk like important business with your father. But also, like, you feel like something big's gonna happen that same night because it's been kind of tense the whole week. And this is later on in the story, by the way. And, your name is, there's, like, lots of, like, honorifics and rules to this. That's what also gets me, like, how does this person know so much about ranking and, like, high status, high life society? Like, oh my god, it's just, like, goodness, this is so good. Basically, yeah, your name gets called out and everyone's like, oh my god, it's like so like soap opera dramatic, but it's so fucking good because usually, when someone tries to do it, it kind of like corny, but this is not even corny. It's just like jaw dropping. How the hell do you come up with this kind of stuff? Because you always see people write like this in specific time periods, but this is modern day. Like, someone from my timeline wrote this, and I'm like, oh geez, this is really good. And also, sorry, I'm just really just talking about the story now. This is my entry, so I'm just gonna like start talking about how much I appreciate this person and arlecchino. But yeah, there's just so much to this fanfic that is just so fucking good. I feel like I view it as its own story, like standalone book, because that's how much it deserves to be called like it is so good. Like, I can see all the work and detail and the planning that went into this. I think they have been working on this for about a year now. They hit a year in November of writing this, and I'm like, I really am so thankful you didn't give up halfway. Like, oh my god, because this is just so good, and I hope every single arlecchino fan reads it. I'm like, dude, this deserves to be shared with the world. It's so amazing. Also, like, a little bit random, but I thought I really appreciated this. It's like they started like talking about how to preserve and make jam in the middle of like the story. I'm like, what? This is amazing. Okay, like I didn't know, but period, great. And like everything, there's just like moments like that, especially like whenever they talk about dresses and specific type of fabrics or like patterns. I'm like, I feel like this is an autobiography because how do you must have lived through this to know all of this. And when it comes to like carriages and landscaping, actual trading too, like how do you know this? Like, it's so detailed. I'm like, dude, oh my goodness, this must have been like something that happened to you in real life. Like, you must be the daughter of a noble family and some harbinger whisked you away, because this is just so specific. And they just write the reader, like, the character, you kind of like insert it as, they write them so well, and the dialogue is so amazing. Like, they don't mischaracterize anyone in the story, which is like really hard to not do, because most like fanfic writers, they would like mischaracterize like arlecchino or any of the hearth children in some sort of way. But no, this person is true to her character. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you have amazing world building, immense detail, amazing timing and plotting, and then you also don't mischaracterize anybody in the story? Like, oh my gosh, this is just so freaking good. And also, like, it's not very smut heavy either. Like, there are like some steamy scenes, but that's what I feel like makes it so good, because it's more focused on world building, and then you have like little sweet treats between them, like, ah! And like the moments of passion, oh Jesus, it's like a reward. And like, sorry to spoil, but like arlecchino proposes to you at that banquet I was talking about, and the proposal was just so beautiful. I actually was starting to tear up. because, like, arlecchino says something like, oh, like, something along the lines of how no one has ever made her, like, kneel other than the streets. And I'm like, that means we're important to her. And also in the same chapter, like, we run away because we have to protect arlecchino from our noble family, and one of the harbingers are, like, after us. And that actually made me cry. Like, they broke my cry streak for the year. I cried because of that, and it was so sad. I'm like, dude, we're running away, and we just got engaged the other day. Oh my god, this is so sad. Yeah, anyways, please read Swan From Ashes. It's literally so fucking amazing. If you have any, like, interest in arlecchino or Genshin, please just read it. It's just so fucking good. Also, just about arlecchino herself. Like, I really love her. She's my wife. I love her so much. Like, I've noticed, whenever I am, like thinking about stuff about her in my head, my favorite parts about her are her eyes, oh my god, and her hands. And I know arlecchino really doesn't like her hands because she has, like, blackened skin because of her curse, and she always complains in the game about, like, oh, this is the curse I live with, and how it's, like, painful. I'm like, girl, I love that about you, though. Like, your imperfections are what I love so much. It's giving J-Vic, but me and her, because, you know. But, like, she says one day she's gonna fucking die, so she has, like, really big death flags right now. Either through, like, anesthesia or just her curse catching up to her. Because, like, she says, like, once that shit reaches, like, her heart, oh, she's dead. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna kill myself now. What the fuck? But, yeah, another entry of me just zooming out and yapping about a fanfiction that I really appreciate and love. I really hope this person gets signed to a publisher one day, because I would buy their book, and if they signed it, I would pay extra for them to sign it. If they open a Ko-Fi, I will donate. And actually, I probably will ask them to open a Ko-Fi so they can donate, because I would love to just commission this person. You know what? I'm going to ask if she could open, like, writing commissions. I would love to do that. Actually, yeah, thank you.